Hey everybody, this is TJR, and it's time for an unboxing of a box set that I guess I will have to say I was fortunate to be able to get a hold of, especially at the price that I got it for. This set came out in 2019, and for some reason, I don't know why, it wasn't on my radar, and I didn't really find out about this set until most retail outlets had already sold out of it, and the price on it was pretty high. As I record this right now, it's pretty much sold out. Pretty much every retail outlet that I go to has it sold out. And Amazon has it, but you have to pay $400 for it brand new. And $400, no thank you. Not gonna pay that much. At any rate though, I got a notification about this set being available brand new at a pretty darn good price, which I won't discuss here. But I will do an unboxing right now. And let me just go ahead here and take the old Scout knife and open this baby up here. There we go. We have liftoff, Houston, and we have opened up the box here. I'm going to show this to you now here. Let me pull this up here. Here it is. This is Kiss, the solo albums 40th anniversary collector set. These are the solo albums that were released late 70s. Simultaneously, each band member had their own solo album. And I remember having these when I was, a teenager. I remember having Ace's, Paul's, Gene's, and even Peter's. You may be saying, what do you mean even Peter's? Well, I'll talk about that in a second. Let's take the shrink wrap off here. There we go. And we'll take a look at this set together here. And so here we go. Let's look at it now without the shrink wrap on. You can see the images of the band members here. Very nice box. So first of all, let's take a look here. Looks pretty good. You do have to be concerned about how well these are shipped. And of course, another thing again, like I said, this came out in 2019 and it's been getting harder and harder to get. I did keep my eyes open for a deal, but as time wore on, I thought, it's just not gonna happen. This thing is just harder and harder to get, and it just is costing more and more. We do have a little ding right there that I'm going to ignore because, like I said, this is a hard set to get now and hard to get at a reasonable price, and I feel like I did get a reasonable price on it. So there's the top of the box here. Let's lift that off here. We'll set it down here, and we're going to look at everything here. So first of all, we have a slip mat here. This is an LP slip mat. I will not be putting this on my turntable. Not that I don't like it, I think it's very cool, but I already have a slip mat that I prefer. Also, I see this as more just as a collectible to look at versus something that I would actually use, practically speaking. And so now we're gonna go ahead here. The first album is Gene's, and I'll bet you he insisted on that, me first. I want to be the first one that everybody sees when they open this set. And then, of course, it turns out everybody sees the slip mat first. So here we go. I have to admit, the reproductions of the album cover art, the painted artwork is really nice. This is really, really nice looking. They've done a good job of reproducing this artwork. In fact, this looks nicer than what I saw back in the 70s when I purchased these as a teenager. This replicates exactly the set. Oh, a little bit of dust on this, but that's easily wiped off. Interesting. I'm going to open this one up and take a look inside real quick here and just see here and see if they've packaged these the same way. I believe they have. Yes. So first we've got the albums in their inner sleeve. This is how they packaged it back in the day. The sleeve, of course, let you know that there were these other albums that you could get. And these are on colored vinyl. Each colored vinyl is the color of the jacket, the actual artwork, in which case Gene's would be red. Let's pull this out here carefully. There we go. So there it is on colored vinyl, red. I'd say this is kind of a candy apple red. And the label definitely replicates what you saw back in the day when you first got it. The sleeve is a much thicker paper than the original sleeve. I'll say that right here. The record sleeve here, much thicker paper. Let's put that back in there. So each one of these is going to have a different color. And that's a cool thing. It's not a deal breaker when it comes to the audio. The deal breaker is when I listen to it and see how it sounds. Let me try to get that on there carefully. Okay, so we got this back inside. Once again, much thicker paper here for the sleeve. Also, each album came with a poster. We're just going to look at this poster here. And the posters were designed at the time so that they would interlock with the other band members' posters. You can see how the paper kind of comes out here in a little corner and a little circle right here. That's because it would interlock to the next band member's poster. And you could put all four together into one complete poster. Also, I will mention that the covers here, much thicker cardstock than what I remember originally. It was much thinner cardstock here on the covers. Here they've gone with a very thick cardstock, which is great. Much better protection. I will probably take these records out and put them in protective sleeves of their own so that I'm not fumbling them in and out of these sleeves here, and just keep these sleeves just as something to look at. As you know, it's kind of nostalgia for the way these were when I was a kid and I saw these. So that's jeans here. I don't think I'm going to open up each and every one, but we'll go ahead and take a look at the rest here real quick. So we have here, we got Paul's album here, and we have, of course, same exact thing. We got the poster in here, we've got the album on purple vinyl, and we've got here's the poster. I'm just pulling this out for a second here, just to kind of give you an idea here again. Some of you may remember this if you had this back in the day, but there's the poster there, very colorful. And his is on purple vinyl. Let's take a look at this here. Again, there seems to be like some kind of dust here on the cover. It seems to wipe away when I use my fingers. I should probably be using a lint-free cloth. I'll probably do that. But I've noticed here, just looking at this one here with Paul, it's the same way. Let's see, we've got the Ace Frehley one. Same thing, we've got these little smudges here. Interesting. But my finger seems to wipe them away. It just seems like heavy dust. There's the Ace album. And by the way, this was my favorite one. In fact, I think most fans universally say this was the best of the solo albums, the Ace Frehley one. For me, second place is Paul Stanley's album, coming in very close to this one. Gene's in third place, and Peter's in fourth place. And maybe that's why I said even Peter's, and I shouldn't be so disparaging. His album had a lot of good songs on it too. And while we're looking at Ace's album, I also just wanted to mention that Ace Frehley, his guitar playing has been a huge influence on my own guitar playing. I've admired his expressiveness. I've admired his creativity. He oftentimes will come up with really unique, funky guitar lines, funky guitar riffs that are very cool and very out of the ordinary. And it's been a big influence on mine. He's not my only guitar influence, but he's one of many guitar influences. And let's see here. And then we've got Peter's album here. This would be on green vinyl. And let's take a, yep, we got this same dust smudges here. Honestly, don't know about that, you know? But of course, given how hard this is to get, I don't know how much I'm really going to be able to complain or do anything about it. If I return this, probably not going to be able to get another copy without spending a lot of money that I don't want to spend. So I am glad to be able to get this at a reasonable price, even if they're, you know, it doesn't look 100% perfect. Then we've got here some art prints here. This is the other little thing that's unique to this set. We've got these art prints. There's this little bit of tissue paper up front here covering it, but we'll take this tissue off here. And basically we've just got art prints of the album covers. And these are on a non-glossy paper here, a thick cardstock paper. which is kind of nice that they're not glossy like the covers are. And there was an artist whose name escapes me, I think he was Italian, who did these paintings. There's Aces. And then Peter. And I guess these are for framing, basically. I'm not going to do that, of course. I'm just going to put these away, keep them here with the set. So there are no supplemental reading materials with this. There's no like booklet enclosed that talks about the release of these albums, talks in any way about their creation, how they came to be, what prompted it, which I think is a disappointment that there could have at least been a booklet. Even if just a booklet of period photos would have been nice, but nothing like that. There's no demo disc or anything like that, anything of the sort. And I think that's a reason why I don't buy a whole lot of Kiss box sets that have come out, because they tend to be just collections of previously released tracks with a few rarities here and there, like a few demos. At least that's from the ones I've looked at, which is why I've never ever bought any particular Kiss sets. To me, it would be more interesting if there was an anniversary edition of the album, perhaps a remastering if it's necessary. You don't always have to do that. But then give us a lot of demos. I know there was one for Love Gun. It was a 2 CD set where you had a remastering of the album and then you had a whole CD of demos and stuff. You also had some interviews too as well. But doesn't seem to be there's never a whole lot of that in any Kiss box sets I've seen. And there haven't been any, like, aside from Love Gun, there's been no like multiple CD re-release of the album, anniversary release with, like I said, once again, demos, outtakes, that sort of thing. There was, of course, a remixing of Destroyer, which I thought was a great remixing. And it did include, in the vinyl version that I own, it did include a booklet with some new notes by Bob Ezrin, which was really enjoyable. But this contains nothing else. No book, no bonus disc or anything. No bonus tracks or anything. Still, though, this has been the only box set like this by Kiss that I felt like I want to get. I know the music on these albums, so I can already tell you what I think of them. In fact, I already did, in a brief way. Granted, I think Aces was the best, Paul's second, Gene's third, Peter's fourth, and I could talk about them in more detail, but I probably won't at this time. If in fact the remasters used for these vinyl discs are the same ones that were used on the recent copy of Rock and Roll Over that I picked up, then I'm going to be very happy with the audio quality of these discs. I'm going to really enjoy them. I feel pretty confident that they are, and I feel pretty confident that they're going to be, so I don't really see too much need to follow up on this, unless there's something glaringly awful about them. But for the most part, reviews have been pretty strong for this set, from fans and collectors who remember the original albums in regards to the audio quality. It's a nice looking set, but it could have used a few behind the scenes extra. At least a booklet would have been nice to actually tell us, just give us a little bit of backstory. I know a lot of fans probably already know it, but just give us a nice overview of that. Aside from that, though, pretty nice looking set. Looking forward to listening to the vinyl and experiencing that and comparing it to my CD versions. Looking forward to that quite a bit. Otherwise, though, I don't see any need to follow up this with a review. Like I said, it's been getting harder and harder to get. It's costing a lot at retail outlets, those that still have it, and most of them are saying it's sold out. So I was pretty lucky that I was alerted to this, that I could still buy it brand new. That concludes this unboxing of Kiss 40th Anniversary Solo Album Set. If you have this set, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of the audio quality of the vinyl. As always, if you like what I do here, be sure to click like, click subscribe, smash that bell notification icon so you can know when I release new videos. I want to thank my patron supporters who are helping me make more videos. If you'd like to be a patron supporter, please go to patreon.com/TJR, the original. I also want to thank everybody who shares these videos on their social media. It helps a great deal. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.